Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us for a conversation about Women's Entrepreneurship Day. We've seen so many stats and heard so many stories about the number of female-owned businesses versus male, as well as the wage gaps. And today, we want to recognize the progress made by my female entrepreneurs, the work that still needs to be done, and the importance of strong mentors. So I am joined by Jess Mah, the founder and CEO of inDinero, a company reinventing small business operations and helping them manage their accounting and other functions. And I've had the pleasure of spending time with Jess, and I'm so impressed with her dedication to entrepreneurship. So Jess, thanks for joining us, and please tell everyone more about your background.
Thank you so much for having me, Secretary Chow. I'm honored to be here. I've been starting businesses, since the playground. I was selling drawings since I was seven years old, I think, in grade school. And then I had a business in middle school and high school where I was just building websites for people, building computers for people. And I had my own managed server hosting business where we were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And I did that because I didn't know what else to do. Was I supposed to go work at the shopping mall? Was I supposed to rake leaves or shovel snow? And my parents wanted me to do something with my time. And they were entrepreneurs too. So I always enjoyed building businesses from a young age. I've never held a normal job before. And I'm still building inDinero. I've started other businesses over the years as well. And I love what I do.
That is a wonderful, wonderful statement, Jess. And that's such an impressive background for anyone, but even more so for someone of your age. I mean, you had a pretty good idea even then, very early, that you were very entrepreneurial. So now on this Women's Entrepreneurship Day, can you share 3 tips that you would give to people who want to start their own businesses?
Yes, I think my first tip is that if you're going to start your own business, find something you're going to be really passionate about. And think about something you're going to love doing even 10 years from now, because businesses aren't all perfect. It's not fun all the time. You're going to run into challenges and tough moments. And so you have to be really excited about the impact you're making for your customers and what you're doing. Because if you're in it only for the money, it's going to be very painful. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, only work with people you're going to enjoy working with, because as I just said in tip number 1, you're going to have lots of tough times. Entrepreneurship is challenging. So work with people who you're going to enjoy being in the lifeboat with, because that's how I see it. You're in a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean. You're trying to survive. This is your survival crew. And my third tip is to be bold and to aim big. Try to make a massive impact, because no matter what, you're going to work more than 40 hours a week. You're going to be thinking about this all day, all night long, in your sleep, on the weekend. And you're going to do that no matter what, whether it's a small, tiny business with small ambitions or a business with huge ambitions. So you might as well aim really big. And in my case, I had my original goal. I just wanted to help maybe a few dozen people, maybe make $1 million a year. That was my original goal. And in hindsight, now I'm looking at that and I think it's hilarious. That was very unambitious relative to what we've actually accomplished. So if I had to go back in time, I would have said, just aim big, try to build something that will change an industry. That's much more interesting and fun.
Those are fantastic tips. As you know, I've spent my career serving in various roles in the government and the nonprofit sector and on corporate boards. And in all these experiences, the key to leading has always been to utilize an entrepreneurial approach that combines having conviction in my own beliefs while welcoming fresh thinking to ensure that we're always putting our best foot forward. So I love to hear from you on your thoughts on the importance of mentorships, the role it plays in your own life, and how we collectively can support the next generation of leaders.
I think mentorship is so important. I've received mentorship from so many amazing people like yourself, by the way. And And I also mentor a lot of other young entrepreneurs.
Right.
I take time every week to talk to other people starting a business. And what I also think is cool is peer mentorship. Other people who are building businesses, and they might be a little bigger, they might be a little bit smaller, but having your own peer mentorship group where you're meeting every month on a religious basis to support each other, I think it makes a huge difference. I also started a female founder support group, 150 female founders, and we give each other peer mentorship, ask questions on an email list. And that didn't exist when I started my business. So I thought, why don't I just start this myself? So I think what I want to leave everyone here with is if you don't have the right support, you can create it on your own.
Jess, you've hit the nail right on the head, because mentorship is such an important way that we can pass our knowledge on to the next generation and foster the growth and development of leaders in all parts of the economy. And it's something that I've made a priority throughout my career, and for something that I feel I've gotten as much out of it as I put into it. I always walk away from conversations like this with more knowledge, awareness, and perspectives that help me as a leader and as a person. So Jess, thanks so much for sparing your time, to share with us your thoughts. Thank you for all that you do to lead by example and support women entrepreneurship, and really appreciate your joining me, and can't wait to see you next time.
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be here.